Welcome to On the Water Magazine's Fishing New England. I'm Jay Baver. In today's show, we're going to learn about one of New England's top environmental turnaround stories, the cleanup of Boston Harbor, while taking advantage of some of the great striped bass action that's returned there. Then we're headed to Buzzards Bay, where we're going to get into some fast and furious black sea bass and porgy action. First up though, let's join On the Water Magazine's Neal Larsson for some chunk bite striper action in the now very clean Boston Harbor.
Today we're going to be fishing Boston Harbor, chunk bite, little chunk bite, some bluefish, striped bass action. Out here fishing with Bruce Berman from Save the Harbor, Save the Bay. Save the Harbor, Save the Bay has been part of one of the nation's biggest environmental success stories, the cleanup of Boston Harbor. And I'd like Bruce to take a minute and tell us what's in the background here and some of the things that have made this possible.
You know, if we'd come out here just 15 years ago, in fact, just 10 years ago, we'd be fishing in a big yellow river of human waste. And now, 15 years later, $4 billion invested, and Boston Harbor is, as you said, one of the environmental success stories of the past decade. The harbor's clean on most days, unless there's a big rainstorm. Then, like everybody in the Northeast, we're all sort of awash in stormwater. You can see in the distance the egg-shaped digesters of the Deer Island Sewage Treatment Plant. Inside, they're like 98.6 degrees, just like your stomach. And they're digesting the waste and turning it into nutrients so we can make fertilizer out of it. And instead of swimming and fishing and sailing in filthy water, we got absolutely beautiful day. And I think there's some fish around. Rick McKenna from Spin Doctor, who's one of our board members, has graciously taken us out today and put us on the spot.
Excellent. Let's get chumming.
And you know, it's a very delicate operation, okay? A subtle kind of a sport fishy thing. What we're going to do is we're going to open the 50 pounds of incredibly beautiful, absolutely glistening fresh herring.
This is some fresh herring,
yes,
right
I mean,
here.
you got
You
rainbow.
can tell with the
Rick,
eyes.
this bait is unbelievable. You can tell that the eyes are clear. This is food grade herring, delivered fresh to the boat by tuna helper just over to the side. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut small pieces, and we're gonna start the chum, and just see as the tide starts to pick up, we ought to be able to attract some fish in here. You know, the spot that we're on has is a little hump, right? Even though the water looks flat, it comes up, and so when the tide pushes one way or the other, the water moves a little faster here. And although it's not a really big tide today, I think it's about a 9-foot tide in Boston in general, and so it's going to move pretty fast. And right now you can tell it's slack, and we're just starting to spin around.
Rick, could you tell me a little bit about the types of fish that we're catching here in Boston Harbor at different points of the year? We were out, I had the fortune to be out with you in December, pretty close to this spot, catching cod. Can you expand a little bit on what we might see at different points of the year through here?
I will, but let me get this fish in first. We're lucky here in Boston that we have a nice selection of fish.
Oh, stop showing off. Land that bass.
Nice fish. 20 years ago when I was in college, I worked on one of the harbor tour boats. And the water was so foul on occasion that we would have to literally go upwind so that it was tolerable to be on the water. 20 years later, 5 years later, and today, what we're seeing is a huge influx of fresh fish in the water, fresh and healthy flounder on the bottom. We're seeing the skate and the sculpin and the white hake and the burgles. You know, a lot of the bait fish and the smaller fish that really habitate down below. Now what we're seeing is influx of a lot of striped bass coming back year after year. You know, we can watch the different year classes that get larger. And it's because the water's clean enough that it can support enough bait, and that in turn supports the bait fish. The survival and the comeback of the striped bass is really a tremendous success story. And I know it's been told over and over again, but when you're 5 miles from your dock and you're out catching striped bass, overlooking beautiful Boston, the Deer Island Treatment Plant, and then looking out over Broad Sound, it really makes quite a day.
And that's how you do it. I think this might be the one that I'm taking in to show the kids at Courageous, Rick. It's about 32, maybe a little bigger. Want to use a net? Can you see him in the water? Great. Oh, nice fish, Rick.
Want to bring them alongside what he's doing?
Nice fish. Maybe we should switch though, because he'll drift back towards you. Okay? You want to talk about netting technique, or you want to get him in the boat first? All right, beautiful fish. I'm gonna bring, yeah? I don't know, you tell me. All right, excellent. A nice big fat fish. That is a nice big, let's see, oh, look at all the sea lice just in.
Nice fresh Boston Harbor striped bass.
When we come back, double and triple line-sider hookups.
Outside his face is some evidence that I hit him quick.
Doing a great job, Bruce. Get to the leader on this guy. Got a shot of the circle hook here. You can see it coming right out.
Exactly how easy they are to.
Right out in the jaw. Essentially what they do, get this out for you here.
Are they the same year class, Neal?
Can I just stand in the middle here and look pathetic? What's happened?
Not bad for a morning in the Boston Harbor.
You can see they still have actually,
Couple
a couple sea lice on them. These fish are very fresh and they are very healthy. And they're going back in the water.
Right. We'd like to release them with the minimal stress as possible. Head down and drop the
Good to go. Gotta get that clicker going, huh? Excuse my getting in your way here, but it's not. Get on that cool.
All right. Beat that
Go.
one pretty quick.
On light tackle.
Yep, on 12.
Can you swing his head this way?
Yeah. I think we might have hit it. The fact he hooks outside his face is some evidence that I hit him quick.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
pretty quick.
and we didn't get him in the eye either. Perfect. Good, good, good.
Man, that's a nice, healthy. Look at the shine on this fish.
And again, sea lice right in here. I don't know if you can see them as well as I can, but you can see them running. And that's just their little crustaceans, and they're terrific. Rick, are you on again?
Come on, and I'm showing
Banging them on the North Shore.
There we go. Oh, he went.
That's 3 on then, let's just say, right? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right.
So that means if we need help, we have to ask the cameraman to come down from his crow's nest?
Yeah, that's a nice cow.
Save the Harbor, Save the Bay was founded in 1986 by the attorney who filed the lawsuit that resulted in the Boston Harbor cleanup, the judge who heard
Nice
the case
head.
in state
Look at the
court,
head on that.
the reporter who covered the story for the region's leading newspaper, and a young mother from Brookline. At that time, Boston Harbor was one of the dirtiest in the country, and sewage washed up on beaches around the bay. Since 1986, Save the Harbor, Save the Bay has led and continues to lead the fight for quality water, for beaches that are safe for swimming, and a harbor that is clean enough for boating and fishing.
Oh. This one isn't lost on the boat. That's a nice fish. Not as big as yours though, Rick. I can't quite do it.
Yeah, let me see
You
if
got
I
the
got
net?
one.
You got longer arms. Nice job. Nice fight. Hey,
Huh?
how's she doing? You see this?
Doing good.
Barely hooked,
Nice jaw.
ready to go. I think unless
Nice
you want to
fresh
fish for
sea
dinner.
lice.
Unless you want to fish for dinner, we got some in the box.
We got one in the box. We're gonna keep the larger fish moving, reproducing.
Out of it, Neal.
Yeah.
Okay. My friend's boat in Florida, we find pink shrimp under the cooler that we've been using. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Right. See if I can get his
Oh, it's a
head.
nice. That's a great fish. So is that one that just dropped my bait. Do you have one to pick up and drop? Neal, you need any? Oh, you're gonna do a wrap.
Got a great fish to end our day here on a nice, clean Boston Harbor. For Rick McKenna, Bruce Berman, I'm Neal Larsson. We're on the Water Magazine's Fishing New England.
Round fish gone wild when we come back.
There's a male.
Look at the color on that.
Now we're headed to Buzzards Bay, where On the Water magazine publisher Chris Megan gets into some fast and furious black sea bass and scup action, where some of the biggest black sea bass and scup I've ever seen are landed. Good charter captains often test the waters for fish before taking customers out. And if you're lucky enough, you may just get to go along.
Chris Megan, publisher with On the Water magazine, out here fishing New England on the Lemke-Ann sea bass along the bottom at Buzzards Bay. Captain Bob and his crew. See what we can do.
This is the spot.
There we go, sea bass, number one.
Fishing along Buzzards Bay. You got a sea bass?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
there
this.
you go.
There we go. And we got a male and spawning. Look at the colors on that guy. That's a male sea bass.
There you
They
go.
have the hump on.
Ah, diesel scup. Oh, we got a sea bass.
Ooh, Roger's got a good fish. Oh, the scup.
This is a nice live line size right here.
Got a very simple bottom fishing rig here, which is a 3-way swivel with a sinker clip on there. 4 ounces of weight, which is plenty for this nice, easy drift we're having today. Single bait holder hook and about 18 inches of fluorocarbon leader. And all we're gonna do is take a strip of squid and thread it on the hook. I like to keep my rigs as simple as possible. I tie them myself. They're easy and cheap to make. And there's a nice sea bass. Oh, nice sea bass.
Left side's producing. Right side.
Feeding them on this side.
Ooh.
That's a lady, right?
Yep. I think I got another scup.
Yeah, that's a female. See, she's got the straight head and no blue.
You're on 2. Doubles on this side. Here we go. Man, that... Look at the color on those, huh? Oh.
As soon as you let it down, man. As soon as you let it down.
See, there's your male. See how he's got the
Oh,
little
yeah,
hump
yeah,
on his
yeah,
head. And he's got
yep.
the blue coloring around the eye.
There you go.
Oops.
You ain't kidding about the sea bass.
Scup, often called porgy, are a staple of party boat fishing because of their willingness to hit and their tasty
Later on in the
flesh.
season, when we fish out at Gay Head, chunking for stripers, that's where they go in the deeper water out there. When the tide's
Right in there,
slack.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
When yeah.
Beautiful. There we go.
And they're tasty that time of year, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're better eating later on in the fall. Yeah.
Sea
Sea
look at
bass.
the pretty
Oh,
colors.
that's
on
beautiful.
Oh, there's a nice spawn, and yeah, when he's getting there. We actually caught them last year. They were almost white. They were.
Nice one, Ron.
Yep.
Wow.
There's a male.
Look at the color on that.
Holy mackerel! That's the biggest sea bass I've ever seen in my life.
Here we go.
Pretty good size.
That looks like a nice
I think it's
fish.
about standard with what we've been catching.
We do have a net
Just
if
wanna
you got
keep
a
away
real
from
big
that
fish.
prop.
Yeah, why don't
Let's
you
get
pull
it
it
out. Oh, look
There's
at
a
that
nice fish.
That's a pretty. Oh,
That's all right. Just follow.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're waiting for.
There we go. Big bull.
Big bull.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Got a bull head on that fish, huh? Yeah, and Bob was pointing out earlier, the big bulls are going to have that
Nice.
Big hump.
big hump right in the front of it, just behind the head. Look at the color on that. Is that beautiful? Look at that thing, huh?
That's what we're here for.
Beautiful. Great eating fish.
I know.
White meat. Excellent. Great eating fish. Getting these fish all day in here. Great action. Scup mixed in with them. We're hoping to pick up at the tog along the bottom as well.
Catch hordes of them.
Isn't that amazing? Drifting other.
Well, you know what it is? There's like a trough. It's like a channel here, and they seem to hang on either side of that channel.
Makes sense.
Because you watch, eventually we'll get out of them, and then we'll just run back up, and we'll be right back into them again.
Does it matter the tide, Bob, when you're?
It's mostly the key is just to be moving a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Moving
which direction
right.
you're moving, as long as you're moving.
Absolutely.
We were hitting them the other day off deck camp, right?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Here's a sea bass.
Yeah, you can tell the wind that thing's bent over
Yeah.
too, like that.
You can tell. You can tell by the way they fight. Oh no, Jesus! I have been proven wrong. It's a huge scup. Oh, it's giant!
Get him away from it! He's going.
There is a jumbo scup.
Oh my Lord!
There is a jumbo. There is a jumbo scup. That guy's got to go almost 2 pounds.
Some of the largest scup. Some of the largest scup will act like makos. They'll come right in the boat.
Yeah, there's a big scup.
Oh
He's going to go
my
almost 2 pounds.
That is beautiful.
He'll go in the cooler for later use. That's his blood, not mine.
No,
Sea
too.
bass, yeah.
You got a nice one over here.
No, it's a sea bass. I finally got one. It's a small one, but it's a sea bass.
Get-
Oh, okay. I'm right over here. Got a giant there, Tone?
Still only counts as one fish, though.
Here we go.
Oh, Chris got
Wow! Look at that thing!
Holy mackerel, look at the size. Oh,
Holy
Jesus.
shnikes! You got a nice one.
Man, that's a record. Holy mackerel, that's the biggest sea bass I've ever seen in my life.
That
Yikes.
is beautiful, Tony.
Tony, G-O-L-A. Go, shark. Go.
Looks like a grouper.
Oh my Lord!
Look at the colors.
Captain Bob with Angler Tony Gold was one of the biggest sea bass we've ever seen. This guy's got to go 5 pounds, easy.
Tony, nice job.
Roger's got a good fish.
I don't think it's going to beat the record.
I don't know the way
Need a
his
net for
run-
him, Roger?
On ice cream, Roger got an ice cream and sat down and just started making small.
Oh, let me have the net. That's another good fish. There we go. Not as big as Tony's, but
Well, I'm not as big as Tony, so.
That's a nice fish. That's
it's
right.
still a nice bass.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Here we are with a couple of nice sea bass that we just caught, and I just wanted to show the difference between a male and a female. The one in front, this is the female, who has the round head, the shorter fins, and is more brown colored. Now, Chris has the male. The hump, the blue, and see, notice the fins are a little bit higher. The dorsal fins are a little bit higher and has more white on it.
Yeah.
And this is one of the types of fish that's actually been known. They can change sex as they grow. They can start out as females and turn into males.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Hooked up another sea bass here at Buzzards Bay. Chris Megan with On the Water magazine on board the Lemke-Ann. Fishing New England. Doesn't get any better than this.
If you'd like to learn more about today's show, visit onthewater.com. Thanks for watching Fishing New England. I'm Jay Baver, and we'll see you on the water.